All right, cool. And we are live. I'm here with Rachel, and today this is sort of a podcast episode where I'm talking to career coaches in the space, right? Just to learn something about the industry, learn about some of the work they do, talk about some of the challenges they face, and yeah, this is just going to be my way of continuing to connect with different career coaches and see what's on the horizon. So in this case today, I have Rachel. She's a client of mine. We've been working together for a couple of months, and she does some really amazing things. So we're just gonna chat. So yeah, let's just start here. First of all, thank you for coming on the show. Why don't you just give people a little bit of like a background of who you are, what you and what you do and how you help your clients.
And so basically, I'm a pivot coach. I help those 9 to 5 people to pivot to those like jobs that align with them, especially in the AI era, because I find out like the industry is kind of like shifting to AI, that a lot of people would like to do something related to AI. So that's my job. Yeah.
And how did we sort of end up coming into contact with each other and everything like that?
Oh, you mean like how do we know each other?
Yeah, how did we sort of get in contact with each other?
So basically, I know Mandy. Mandy is another career coach. We connect on LinkedIn, and then we have got like a in-person coffee chat. And after I know from Mandy, like she tells a lot of good things about you. But I know you like for like kind of like half the year already. So when the time Mandy told me she make 25K or 20K, like that's the time I think I have to reach out.
Yeah, give me a sense of like just give me a sense of where you were at, or even just like some of the things that you were sort of dealing with that led to you wanting to work together, and some of the things that you were trying to work on.
Before I don't want to reach out because I feel that like probably you guys are very like straight to the point because that time I'm still a little bit like I don't know like soft kind of like that. But after I asked Mandy and then she showed me like your work like the checklist and then what is your daily task as well. And that time I don't know how to do like DM sales like specifically. And actually, before working with you, I worked with Mandy as well. She told me how to do sales call. So I pay Mandy to know how to do DM sales and sales call. But I find out probably like because she's still doing her own business, but I think probably it will be more great to work with someone who is already like professional in sales this space. So that's why I reach out. So actually, I work with Mandy and I know your method already, like how you work. At first I don't like I was like it's a little bit aggressive or something. But after that I find out, oh wow, it's I like this like straightforward, like very straightforward, very clean, like very clear. So yeah, after work with Mandy I decided to work with you.
And I'd love for you to expand on that a little more because I've noticed this, not just working with career coaches, but working with a lot of different coaches who, let's say, like they're they're good at what they do. They know how to help their clients. They're doing content. They have people in their world who would love to connect with them and love to be clients. But I've noticed a pattern where a lot of career coaches are either afraid of doing DM sales, they're afraid of doing sales, or they're having trouble marketing themselves. And so, what like where do you think that comes from? That initial sort of like resistance to reaching out to people, to getting them on calls, and to like even doing things like when they're sort of needing help with a decision, like working through the objections. Like give me a sense of that. Like, what was your initial hang up with wanting to do those things?
You mean like kind of like how I do those things right now, kind of?
Or like what prevented you in the past from doing that, even though you knew it was something that would be good for the business?
Yet before when I was doing video content on Chinese platform because I got on all inbound leads. So I don't know actually how to send DM or something. And I think those people that I send DM to, they are not very qualified. But actually that changed my mind after I send more DM. I find out actually there are like good people there. You have to reach out to them. So that's like kind of it's about mindset at first.
Yeah, what do you think needed to like either needed to change with your mindset, or did sort of change with your mindset that got you on board with like wanting to reach out and talk to people and like talk a little bit about, I guess, how things sort of changed when you started actually reaching out to people, when you started talking to people, like what was that sort of shift like?
This day I feel quite smooth to send DM right now is because like sometimes that I do things very like spontaneous. If I want to do, I would do. But now I think like if I would like to build my system on and to expand my business, it would be better to be consistent. Do you hear the noise?
Yeah, there's a little bit of background noise. Is that coming from your end or is that coming from?
No, it's not coming from me. Oh no, no, it's good. Now it's good.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. Now
Okay,
it's good.
cool. So back on that thread, like what did you find in terms of like what's the best way to like have conversations with people, structure the conversations in a way where you're sort of talking them through, like helping them get to the next step versus, or some coaches they kind of just have friendly chats or they talk and they sort of lead nowhere, like lead doesn't lead anywhere with the conversation. Like what did you find was the most helpful in terms of like getting some of those conversations going?
I think the best thing actually is to personalize. I really look at their profile and to see like what kinds of connection point like between me and them. Like I I use a message template basically like I find out and also to compliment other people's work as well. So at first when we just start the conversation, but now I find that it's quite smooth to start the conversation because I will adapt to their communication way and to kind of like same as talking to friends before because I think probably I'm not good at writing or something because I'm from China. So I feel like that I need to use AI to change some words or something. But now after I send it more, like just like talking to friends on the WhatsApp or something, I find out it's much more smooth. So it helped me to get more leads on LinkedIn.
100%. And then when you get them from, let's say, a lead to getting on the sales call, what did you find in terms of um, shifts in your mindset? Like so, like the number, like probably one of the biggest one that I see with a lot of coaches is that they'll be talking to somebody and then the person wants to get started, but they're having reservations, they're having doubts, they're saying things like I need to think about it. And then, a lot of coaches either don't want to quote unquote handle those objections, they don't want to see it all the way through, and then it sort of leads to people just kind of getting off the call and not closing. So, what do you think that mindset shift was in terms of how you show up for clients in those calls to sort of help them make decisions for themselves?
So basically, at first, I really don't like sales because when I was like buying products or something, I really hate being sold. So at first, like I feel like sales is to force people to buy something, but actually now I feel like it's to help people to make the right decision and like because I know what is right or what is their problem. It's actually to really think from their perspective and would like to help them. That's the shift.
100%. And what started to happen when you started doing this? I think the first week we worked together, first couple of like months we worked together, you were booking calls, you had like 5 calls in the week coming to the calendar. We had like sort of a structure to the sales conversations and closing was became a little easier. So like kind of talk about like what was life like before in the sales process and what is it like now after you've learned some of these new techniques?
At first, when I want to sell sales call, I don't how to say I don't have a like sales pitch. Kind of like I tell them what I do, and also especially when people are saying like I need to think about it, and I will just stop the conversation there. But actually, that's when the war start, right? So so like I think I learned a lot from objection handle, especially also the sales pitch. I know more about my offer. And I think the objection handle really helps me a lot. And I now kind of enjoy when people saying like, I need to think about it or the price so high or something. I find out, wow, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. So I find like I realize sales is because every time I find out I say something like I cannot say before, but actually people like to listen. And like to kind of find a way that people will like to listen, but also you can get the thing you want on the call.
What has been the thing that has been most enjoyable for you in terms of your business, right? Because like you've worked with lots of different clients. Some of your clients are landing jobs. So like what are some of the things that you really enjoy about being a career coach and the success that you've had not just for yourself but like seeing your clients land these roles and sort of pivot into these cool industries and do amazing work.
So it's actually for me. I think I'm the one who's gonna change the industry, really. Like because now it's the pivoting industry, and the AI era is gonna come, and a lot of people would like to change their career because they feel that they are stuck in the original job, like finance, law, or something. So what I enjoy now is actually after we build a group program. I really enjoy to respond to their question, and then when I see those people into one group and they brainstorm together, and then I can solve their problem together because and they can discuss, oh, this is the company that I'm targeting right now, or this is the AI company that I find out is quite interesting. So actually I really enjoy in the process of being like a group. I don't know like that would be that useful before because before I only do one to one, but now I feel the power of like actually group can really help people to like stick with each other and then to how to say to get better result.
I love that. And I wanna touch on that a little bit because a lot of coaches are usually they're doing a lot of one-on-one work with clients, which is great. It's personalized, it's customized, but then you sort of hit a cap like with your income because you can only service so many people at one time. And then I think a lot of coaches think that if they move to a group, like their clients aren't going to be able to get the same support and they feel that it's not going to work as well, but you can actually sort of coach multiple people at the same time. Um, they could be paying high ticket prices, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and they're in a group. They're actually getting a great experience and they're getting results. So like talk about what your impressions were of like how group coaching was going to work and then like how it's actually turned out now since you've recently gone into that group format.
At first, I feel so stuck in one to one. I feel like I've been stuck for like more than half of the years, like or probably 1 year. I want to start for a long time, but I feel that before I always buy service in one to one, like and I always think that if I'm in group I'm not gonna get personal support, but after I bought your program I find out, oh, actually I can get a lot of personal support in the group as well, and also I can see how other people works, especially with Mandy when I see her insights and when we discuss with each other but also with other coach in the program, it works better, and then also we can motivate each other as well. So that's when I feel that wow, actually group works very well. So I think probably have to buy the product, like buy the service in group first, so I can understand wow, actually group works. And after I implement all of thing like to my clients, and I find out it's kind of like the education system, like a university. It's like you teach different people, but you need to put the right system on it and how to let them to put it into action. And that's all the problem can be fixed. Like kind of like how to make them to to engage more, to put in the action more, to share more, also to jump into the group call. That's the video content that the training can be put into the like the group program.
And how and how did you handle sales with that as well? Because what we did, we basically you were coaching people one on one, right, for the high ticket price, and then we sort of like, we kept a similar pricing structure and got people into the group. And a lot of people are worried that if they pitch their group program, that people aren't going to be as sold on it, especially at that high price point. Like, what have you found in terms of how people are liking the group approach, the difference in selling it, like how you might have overcome any challenges when it comes to selling the group stuff.
To be honest, there's not a lot of challenge. I think that like I thought there are a lot of people gonna doubt the group program, but actually I conduct 10 sales call, only three people asked this question. And like so I told them kind of like you are able to get support at the same time you can see how other people works. And I'll tell my previous client story. When they start a group, they don't trust the group. But actually when they start group, they find out it's super useful and they can connect with each other. At the same time, they are able to brainstorm together like what I talked about. Because for my clients, the most difficult part is to find the right company, it means are they really get clarity in their career? So they can share the company together because find the right company is really hard. For example, I need to do different resources. I need to check different different startup website, or I need to go to different YouTube channel or podcast to find the right company. So when they brainstorm together, it really helped them to save a lot of time. That's what I find out because I just conduct like a two group call yesterday, and they really like to brainstorm together and to get much more resource. And also, it's easy to how to say being ditched on the networking call. But when they share the mindset together, they know, oh, actually, I've been ditched as well. They think it's their own problem, but actually, it's everyone's problem. So they are easy to get understand with each other and to get the better result. At the same time, it's much more efficient because I've got a recording already. They have to watch the recording, so they got all the insights already, and to bring them on the call, it's not like I'm just gonna teach them in one to one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's lovely, right? So when you have a system and when you can record stuff and when they can walk through that process start to finish and then sort of come to you to get those specific pieces of advice, right? It's very easy to like get feedback on their stuff like inside of the portals and everything like that. And so you are really able to help people scale. And there are like a lot of benefits from them being in the group environment. You know, one thing I love for you to talk about is sort of your approach, right? Because I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn looking at what career coaches are doing, and I have found that like not only is your approach different, but like your beliefs about the market are different as well, right? Because I go on LinkedIn a lot and I see a lot of career coaches and they're like, oh my gosh, the market is so brutal, it's so tough, like, which to me is like, well, like you're supposed to be the one helping them get the job. So like, I don't know, like if it would be like the best idea to just be like, oh, the market's brutal, brutal, brutal. And like, I saw a post from you the other day where you were like, yes, the market has challenges, but if the market has challenges, it just requires different solutions, different ways of thinking. So like, how do you think like your approach and your philosophy might be different than some of the other career coaches that you see out there?
Mm, yeah, because basically, like, I read a lot of books, and I love reading. I love to get different information, and especially I was from a finance background, so I like to read some investment book these days, especially from Charlie Munger and Naval. So I get a lot of like how to say like the underlying thing didn't change. How to say the word like the core didn't change. I actually like for example, Naval sent a very viral Twitter is called how to get rich without luck. And I
Mhm.
got the same mindset. It's like, okay, so how to get a job without luck? And I kind of feel like your program is kind of the same because you have got a daily task as well, like a weekly task. You really to break those goals into like the daily action as well. So for me, like I like to get different insights from different people. For example, this day I would like to film a new video because I read a book. It's called The Power of Subconscious Mind. So I wanted really to change something like underlying. It's not because they don't put into action. I think a lot of career coach they just talk about strategy or that you have to work on this or work on this, but they don't know the reason why they don't like the clients would not like to work on this. It's because they have stuck in their mindset. For example, they were saying like I don't have a lot of experience something when I talk to people that I feel that I'm not good enough compared to them. So I have to change this mindset first in order to put into action. So I put a lot of things. So every of my recording, like a half of the part is about their mindset. And then after they change their mindset, they will go so smooth, like they just put action like crazy. So I spend a lot of time on their mindset and also in my content, I talk a lot of things about mindset as well.
100%. And I actually noticed that as well with your content. I'd love to talk content strategy here. Like, I see a lot of career coaches, they primarily post, like, here are 5 tips to fix your resume. Here's how to do the bullets. It's a lot of how to, like, information on applying. But what it seems like you're trying to do is really connect with the underlying beliefs that are going on in your market. You have like you have a specific point of view on how things are and how they should work, and you sort of like get, it seems like through your content like you're less trying to just teach people how to do stuff, but you're actually trying to give them the right beliefs that are going to put them in position to be successful. So like what led to that sort of thinking in terms of how you approach content? Because honestly, it's very different from like most of the stuff that I see out there.
Mm, so normally what I actually most of my content is when I talk to clients and then I get the insight from. For example, yesterday I've got a group call with one of my client, and then I just hear what she said, and then I write out of the question that during the call because I know that's their problem. And so that's why I think sometimes I got engagement a lot is because I say what they are thinking. For example, like one of the sentence they always say is like, why other people can get better offer than me, but I'm more capable than them. So like I will write every sentence they always they constantly talk to me. So I will put on LinkedIn. So that's why I think it will have got better connection or like engagement on LinkedIn. And for example, like sometimes I've got and I find out this day you need to tell people like no or something, like stop doing something because no, like my mindset is a bit different because Charlie Munger have got a mindset it's like you have to think opposite way as other people. So I will always look at the career coach what they are talking about, and I will say the opposite thing. Like I would just say like completely different thing. For example, it's like one post it went well. It's like I'm saying like it's not you don't know how to apply job. It's you don't know what kinds of job exist in the market. So I would just look at what other people say, or like if you would like to, because a lot of people are saying like if you would like to get your dream job, you have to apply more, you have to put more action. But I'm saying like if you would like to get your dream job, just stop applying online. So like kind of like just like so sometimes I get some ideas from those career coach. Like they always say some view of like point of view, but I would just say the opposite thing because I find out the solution they are given is wrong.
And that and that and and ladies and gentlemen, right there, that's what we call positioning, right? And so, in with positioning, you're taking a stance against like this is what I think differently than everyone else out there, and then it attracts people to you because a lot of the times, what I see, especially on LinkedIn, is a lot of people they're like they're just giving tips. They sound like everyone else. You don't actually know what they really think, and it's almost like they have like a hesitation to talk about like what they see different in the market. And I've noticed that you've been able that you've been able to do that very well. And just in terms of kind of leading to the next question, how do you personally feel about the job market? Right, there's a lot of people online from the career coaches themselves to the people looking for the jobs. Like there's a lot of opinions on the market, a lot of negative opinions on the market, a lot of complaining, honestly, from both career coaches and job seekers out there. So like, where do you think the market is heading in these next couple of years?
I feel like the market have got a lot of opportunities right now, like bunch of opportunities, especially just for our online business, right? Because we are online coach. Everyone is looking for a virtual assistant right now. So I was because I always would like to keep like how to say like kind of find a new job in the market. For example, one of my friend just getting laid off Meta, and her job is content moderation. It's kind of like to find the bad comments in those celebrity posts, and kind of like the FBI thing. Like so, I would like to find those interesting job in the market. So I find out a lot of like, especially what I found out, like some people who is like more sensitive, like me, are like very emotional at first. So we are easy to understand people. So like those kind of people which is deep to human, like human nature will not be replaced. The job kind of like sales, communication, like product manager, project manager, AI stuff. Those kind of job will come out a lot. Like especially there are a new job coming out. It's called storytelling. So during my program, I would train my clients because I got all the skills from online business already. So I would train them, especially I've got one client just by her content, she can pitch to the founder. So there are some new things coming out. So I'm not targeting those jobs like I'm gonna help people to go to finance or something, finance, law or something, but actually Do you hear the noise or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really? Okay, okay. So I'm gonna continue. You're gonna edit the video.
Yeah, yeah, we'll work on it.
Okay. So like basically what I help, I feel like there are a lot like bunch of opportunities in the market right now, and I'm gonna help those people straightforward to those new opportunities coming up.
Good stuff. Um, what would you say like what would you say that you see in terms of like what are some of the mistakes that you see people making in the market? What are some of the mistakes you see other coaches making? Like what do you see out there that you just don't think is just good for them to do?
They always talk about a strategy, and they don't talk about like why your clients would not like to do this. And also, I saw a lot of career coaches like they help people to apply online, how to apply online faster, or like they always reach out to the hiring manager, like but actually reaching out to hiring manager is not efficient at all. Like it's better to reach out to someone who gonna decide your final interview. So actually, I don't read a lot of posts on LinkedIn because I find out their mindset have to change. So I always go on X, like to see some AI founder, like how they hire people. For example, I just watched one YouTube is like a Stan Store, the founder of the Stan Store, how he hires people. I think it's better to listen to those like AI founder, like those new startup, how they hire people, compared to the career coach on LinkedIn. Can I say that? I don't repost on LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, that's good. We're trying to get the real data and the real insights because like that's the thing, right? If if everyone's doing the same thing or they sound the same way, then there's no real edge. And like I like that you mentioned going outside of other sources. Like that's actually what I funny enough, when it came to my personal development content, where I got my big start, it was because I was reading stuff not about self-improvement. I was reading Charlie Munger. I was reading people like Nassim Taleb, right? And I was bringing these insights in these sort of like unique pieces. And so like I really love what you do with your own brand and how you help your clients. And like what would you say about the way that you have them show up as well? Like I know you and especially like for people in general, just taking ownership of their careers, right? So like you're having people post online, you're having them demonstrate their thoughts, you're having them go straight to companies and like pitching them and solving problems. And so what do you think, just for the job seekers out there, like what advice do you think you would give them for in terms of like future proofing their career and making sure that they're in a good spot?
Actually, it's the entrepreneurial mindset. Like all the things I'm doing right now is actually to, like for example, like we like to do something different than others. And actually, everything is about marketing and sales. So everything that I learn from you that I put practice straight away into my clients. For example, you're gonna build your personal brand. You're gonna write content. This is marketing, and then you're gonna start sending message, start sending cold email. So that's like DM sales. And when you're gonna jump into the networking call, it's a sales call. So it's exactly the same in the entrepreneur thing. So I think everyone should have got like an entrepreneurial mindset, especially they don't want to be replaced by the market because I was in finance before. So this day I was talking to some friends from finance. They are not using cloud and Gemini this day. I was shocked. Like this is the tools they have to use every day, but they don't use AI in the big company. I mean like the big A investment banking. So like that's the thing I find out they're gonna be replaced soon. Like not like probably they're gonna be replaced if they don't use AI or like they are not using AI outside their work. So yeah,
Yeah, I would agree. For you guys out there, if you guys are not using Claude, you are sleeping under a rock, right?
yeah, that will be
There's a
have to
lot of
use
good
it.
applications. Yeah, I guess we could wrap on this. Like, I guess what would you just say in terms of, you know, what it's been like to work together, the things you learn? Like, let's say somebody's watching this, another career coach, and like they're wondering like what I'm all about and like what it's like to work together and like the kind of results. It's like give them a sense of like what you would say to them.
You mean like sorry? Can you repeat the question again?
So like, just kind of give people a sense of like what it's been like to be inside the program, to work together, um, and what you would say to somebody else who is just curious about how things work here,
You mean like that my program about?
or me and you.
Oh, so Mm, if it's your program, because actually, I watch all of the recording in the mindset. So I really like your recording about mindset. So it actually clear a lot of my blocks because especially everything like every training beforehand you will talk about why you are doing this. So before I was enrolled in other program, they don't tell me why I'm doing this. So I would lost the motivation beforehand because I don't know why I'm doing this. So I think it's great that you talk about mindset a lot and then you jump into the strategy. And then the strategy is also very clear, like very straight to the point. So after one recording, I know what I'm gonna do next. It's like the action step is very clear. So it's kind of like the same. Like I take some of your stuff, especially the mindset part. So that's why I have got two training about like how to use this training much more effectively. So I would like to like tell them why I would like you guys to put on school, why I would like you guys to send the like kind of like show up in my communities because you're gonna build a personal brand online and you're gonna start sending message to those people. So my community is the first step you have to take. So that's why they will be like, oh, I have to put more stuff on community. So beforehand, I will really tell them why they need to do this.
Yeah, and that's just like I think the theme we've caught on from the way I teach stuff, the way you talk about it, is like people need people need context. They need to understand why you think the way they do. They need to understand like why the underlying reasons behind the strategy. And what I really love about your work is that you really give them like clarity on not just the work that they're doing, but how do we do it in a way where you're excited to do it, where it's focused on your strengths, where you're feeling good, and really feeling because like feeling happy about how the process looks. So, like a lot of people look at applying for jobs and there's just like they have all these negative feelings, but you're like, nah, we're gonna find a way to help you not just get the job, but so that you can actually enjoy the process, grow as a person, get in a cool career. So that's amazing stuff. What would be, I guess, I think we're about time here. Like, what would you say just for like what's next for you? Like, what are some of the big things that you want to accomplish in the remainder of the year?
Because I know I have got amazing product right now. So what I'm gonna do is like to really scale up my business to really help more people because I really see a lot of problems in the market right now. But I find out like I need to amplify my voice. More people will know my product and to help more people. Because I see the problem, I know the solution, and now I just need to like scale it up. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, we we have some big goals. I know we've cracked a couple $20,000 months. We're looking for like 30K and beyond. So like, what do you think is gonna take for us to get to that next level?
I think it's be consistent as well. Sometimes when I because my content is good, yeah, my content is good, sorry. And then people just reach out to me, and I'm a little bit lazy. So that's why I think I need to reach out to more people, but also actually I'm gonna discuss with you later about this, like the TikTok, because I find out I'm very good at video content. So I'm just gonna see like how can I scale it up and to help more people and to stand on the stage on like 2,000 people or 1,000 people like like that.
Excellent. And the best part about that is now now that you have the group, you can service a lot of people. I think I believe with Mandy, I think that she's had like 80 something clients go through the program and it's been fine. So now you have that container where you can send that traffic in, get more people signed up. We can look into hiring people and scale. So what would you say about to those career coaches who they're kind of stuck at a peak and they're wondering if this model is actually scalable.
So to be honest, these 2 weeks I'm a bit chill because my life is so good after group. Like Wednesday, today, right? I only have got one call, like the sales call. And Thursday and Friday, I don't have a lot of things to do. So and also I enjoy writing on school. It actually didn't take a lot of time. So just like 1 hour, figured out client things, and I think I free up like a lot of my time. Really, like before every client, I've got 6 calls with them. So on Monday to Tuesday, my call is like every day I've got 4 or 5 calls, and it's very stuck. I don't know when I see the call standing in front of my calendar, I just feel annoyed. Sorry, but like now, but now like I only have got 2 group call and people very engaged in the group call, and even one girl like in the UK time I think it's like 1 a.m. or something. She even joined the call. So that I find out like really they are very engaged in the group, and now I free out a lot of my time. Like now I can focus on content, for example, double my content, double my DM to get more clients and to help more people.
Excellent. Yes, yeah. Well, and there going from doing a bunch of calls with clients and income cap to now where we have the ability to scale. You're actually helping your clients. You're spending less time helping them. They're still getting results. They're still getting offers, and
Yeah,
so
like
it's working out well.
they spend less time, but they get better result. That's what I shocked to be honest. And they are very pushing each other. Like now, before they don't ask me question a lot on the one-to-one. But now they were like every day they kind of like see each other posting, so they were like, oh, I need to post as well. And one of my client, she posts like 2 LinkedIn post draft on me that on like she like, but also the networking, the people that she want to network with, like 3 posts, 4 posts every day, very engaging, and I can give them respond very fast.
Lovely. Well, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. And you're doing some amazing things. I look forward to reconvening in a couple months and letting them know what else we're up to.
Yes, good.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
It's finished, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking right now? I'm now I'm thinking about TikTok because filming video is because do you know actually